Green Green. In 2012, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu criticized the then President Goodluck Jonathan for his inability to provide Nigerians with uninterrupted electricity supply. In 2015, the same President Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaigned for President Muhammadu Buhari. He called President Muhammadu Buhari the Messiah Nigeria has been waiting for. He said Buhari will fix Nigeria. Fast forward to 2022. In the build-up to the 2023 presidential election, of which the now incumbent president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was a participant. In a press release or in a press conference, he promised Nigerians that by all means necessary, by any means necessary, that Nigeria will have uninterrupted electricity supply and that will not be paying estimated bills. Now, fast forward to 3 years down the line. This is 2026. The federal government, under the leadership of the same President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has disconnected Aso Rock from the federal grid, now leaving us in darkness. Not just that, they have divided the power supply into band A, band B, band C, which means that people living in highbrow area, which means the big men, will now have more hours of electricity supply compared to people who are living in less developed area, which are the poor people. You see, further widening the gap between the poor and the rich in terms of electricity supply. Now that brings me to my point. In the same way government houses are removed from using the same light we use, in the same way our politicians are removed from using the same electricity we use, the same way they are removed from using the same hospitals we use. They go to hospitals abroad. Their children go to hospitals abroad. Their children go to schools abroad. That is why when Nigerians are shouting that there are no drugs in our local hospitals, they don't care because they don't use the same hospital. That is why when our children are out of school and shouting and there is strike in our universities due to lack of payment or lack of equipment in our schools, they don't care because their children don't go to the same school. They have everything working for them. They don't use the same lights. They don't use the same road we use. They fly. They don't use the same hospital. They go to hospitals abroad. They don't use this. They go to the same school that our children go to. They shouldn't go to schools abroad. That is why when we are shouting fix Nigeria, they don't care because they are not using the same thing with us. They are not suffering the same things we are suffering. What does this tell you? It tells you that our politicians will never want to fix this country. Our current crop of politicians will not fix this country for us because you cannot fix a system you are gaining from, because apparently they are gaining from the system the way it is. The day Nigerians are ready to fix Nigeria, that is the day Nigeria will be fixed. The day you are ready to vote and protect your vote and take back this country from our current crop of politicians, that is the day Nigeria will change. The day Nigerians are ready to take back their country and fix, that is the day Nigeria will change. If you are waiting for our current crop of politicians to change our country, nothing will change because they will continue to recycle themselves in power, and after them their children, and nothing will change, and they will never change the system because they are gaining from the system the way it is.